3.
My name is Mariah Moore, and this is my demonstrative speech, speech number 2.
I'm Kate, and I'm a friend of Mariah's.
Hi, I'm Debbie. I'm Mariah's grandmother.
Mr. Swigman, technical consultant.
And I'm Mariah's mom and the video holder.
Many people love horses. Everyone has a love for horses because of their majestic nature and of how beautiful they can be. However, those who don't own horses very rarely know the proper way to deal with horses or to be safe around them. Today, in my speech, I'm going to discuss the safety of how to deal with horses. Dealing with a 1,000-pound animal is extremely dangerous, but if you do things the proper way, you can cut back the chances of being injured by a significant amount. Today we're going to talk about how to halter a horse and how to properly handle a horse when walking, how to tack up a horse by putting on a saddle, pad, and headstall, and lastly, we will talk about the proper attire to wear when dealing with horses. Today, my partner in my speech is Delilah, my horse, who is my barrel horse that I ride throughout the summers when I'm not at school. I have been riding horses since I was in 6th grade, and I feel that I am very experienced when it comes to horses. First, we're going to talk about how to put a halter on a horse. My horse is already wearing a halter because I had to put her here for my speech. However, if I was about to halter my horse, the halter would not be on or tied up. In order to catch the horse, you'd put the lead rope around the horse's neck and down like this so you have control of the horse. Again, the halter would not be on, and then you'd grab the halter by the nose band, which is this piece right here. It goes over the horse's nose and around their muzzle, and this piece goes around behind the horse's ears and down. There's 2 strings and a loop. The strings go in the loop and you pull it tight until the halter fits the horse. Then you take the excess rope, wrap it around the back, and pull through the hole again. That makes a firm knot so that the horse's halter stays in place and they can't go anywhere. You can pull on it and it still stays in the right spot. After you've caught your horse, you can grab the lead rope and now you have control. Now I would walk my horse to wherever I needed to go. When walking a horse, you stand at the horse's shoulder and behind the horse's throat latch. This ensures that you never pull on the horse, which prevents them from walking. When carrying the lead rope, my right hand goes right underneath the knot of the halter, and in my left hand, I have the rest of the rope. Now I'm able to walk my horse and pull her any direction she needs to go. Once I had my horse and I walked her where she needed to be, you can tie a knot that it has a quick release. So if something happens, you can get the horse untied without injuring yourself. You take the rope, form a loop. It goes through where we're putting the horse. Then you take the extra rope and it goes through the loop again. And you keep forming loops until the horse is tied and there's no extra rope. If something were to happen and I needed to release the horse quickly, you can pull on this and the horse is untied. Again, the string goes through the hole and you continue to make loops. And that is the proper way to walk your horse and also put on a horse's halter. Once I'd gotten my horse where he needed to be, then I can begin to tack my horse. The first thing I would do was brush my horse all over, especially where the saddle was going to go. I did this beforehand. The first step would be to put on the horse's pad. This is to protect the horse from the saddle, which is what you use to ride in. It goes over the horse's back, making sure that you cover the withers or the top of the horse's shoulders. You have to make sure that it's placed correctly on the horse and not too low or too high. Secondly, you'd put on the horse's saddle. You have to take the stirrup from the other side and bring it over the top, or you can hook it onto the saddle horn. You can also take the cinch and pull it over too, so that there's nothing on this side of the saddle. The saddle then goes on top of the horse and on top of the pad. Make sure to pull out anything extra underneath the saddle so that it has a snug fit. Make sure when putting on a saddle that it's placed in the correct position. It should be again on top of the horse's shoulders and even on the back, not facing one side more than the other. After you have it placed, you can put the stirrup down and reach for the cinch underneath. The cinch is the part of the saddle that keeps the saddle in place and can be tightened or loosened according to the horse you're riding. When you begin to cinch up the saddle, take the horse's stirrup and hook it to the horn so it's out of the way. Then you have your horse's cinch, strap, which you have to untie. And as you can see is a long rope that can be tightened as needed. The cinch has a buckle and a roller so it's easier to pull. The cinch goes into the buckle and you pull it tight. It should be tight against the horse's skin and you should only be able to pull the horses and pull it tight. The cinch then goes back through the top and down, and this goes through this hole again until you can see a hole, and this part here goes into the hole, which prevents the strap from going anywhere. Now my horse is properly cinched. The last thing you would have to do is put a headstall on your horse. A headstall is known as a bridle for the Western riding. You take the horse's halter off. Grab the headpiece. It goes up against the horse's mouth. The bit goes into the horse's mouth. Your thumb goes behind the teeth, which makes them open their mouth. And then their ears go behind the band. You then take the throat latch strap and buckle it into place. And now your horse is ready to ride. Now that we have our horses tacked, we have to make sure that we're properly prepared when dealing with horses. The first thing that we need to ensure is that we're wearing the proper attire. When riding horses, you can wear a hat.
Are you okay?
Yep. Of either kind, either a cowboy hat or a baseball cap. This ensures that that your eyes are safe and you won't get burned, or keeps dust out of your eyes as well. When wearing horses, you should also wear blue jeans at all times. When riding a horse, your legs need to be protected from the leather of the saddle and also from the dust. If you rode in something such as shorts or even a spandex material, it can lead to sores on the inside of your legs. Lastly, and most importantly, is the type of shoes you wear. Always wear closed-toed shoes around horses. This could either be tennis shoes, or more safely would be a cowboy boot, or something such as this with a harder toe and a bigger toe. Many people have a love for horses. Dealing with an 1,000-pound animal can be dangerous if not done the proper way.
It's the bug.
So make sure that when dealing with horses, you follow all the proper precautions, not only when handling them, but also when tacking them and making sure that you're wearing the proper clothing as well. Thank you. Turn it around.
I think you need to do that.
Mr.
Johnny?
Swigman.
Debbie.
And me.